All right, friends, if you would please click on that light bulb to refresh your feed on Seesaw. You have a new activity that has unlocked to you called Compare and Contrast Plots and Themes Practice. Compare and contrast plots and themes practice. Go ahead and add your response. That will take you to all of the links that you will need for today. Okay. We are going to continue on for the last 2 days on recognizing the theme inside of texts, okay? The theme inside of texts and comparing them with themes from other texts. These books that we're going to use over the next 2 days will seem familiar to you because we have read them in 3rd grade before, okay? We are studying Julia Cook. Before we were studying Kevin Henkes, and now we're going to look at Julia Cook with RJ. Before we start, I want to review what theme is. So let's take a look again at how you can compare and contrast themes.
Good grammar.
Go and skip.
Theme is an important part of understanding what we read. When a reader identifies a theme, he or she discovers the meaning or message of the text. The theme may describe the people, life, or the world in which we live in. Theme knows no boundaries and can be understood by many cultures. Some fiction stories may include more than one theme. Think about Charlotte's Web, a fiction story where a talking spider helps a pig. There are many themes that can be found, including self-sacrifice, true friendship, and perseverance. Another fiction story that contains the theme of perseverance is The Tortoise and the Hare. Other themes we see in that story are slow and steady wins the race, and a lesson in humility. The Ugly Duckling, the story of a plain little duckling that grows up to be a beautiful swan. In this story, the reader may find the themes of patience, self-confidence, and the importance of individuality. Identifying the theme requires the reader to make inferences and draw conclusions while reading. The reader may also make connections to their own lives or other pieces of literary fiction. In order to compare the themes or morals of fiction texts, the reader must consider the characters, perspective, author's purpose, genre, and other elements of fiction. Let's compare two fiction texts, The Tortoise and the Hare and The Dot by Peter H. Reynolds. Both are works of fiction. One has animals, the other a student at school. One has two main characters, while the other has one main character. They both have themes of not giving up or overcoming a challenge. The tortoise pushes to win the race, and Vashti pushes herself to become a better artist. Even though these two texts come from different subgenres, traditional literature and realistic fiction, they contain the same message or overall theme. Other texts that come from the same genre may have very different themes. The next time you read, consider the elements of fiction to help you draw conclusions about the theme.
All right, so let's get ready to do that. You will notice on slide 1, there is a listen to the plot and determine a theme set of directions. We're going to listen to a text that you've heard before called I Just Want to Do It My Way by Julia Cook, and you are going to determine the theme, okay? After we listen to the text, we are going to together work on the somebody wanted but so then and theme of this text. So think about how to retell it. Think about the theme. This is a longer one, so sit back, get comfy, and be ready to think.
I Just Want to Do It My Way. Written by Julia Cook and illustrated by Kelsey D. Word. My name is RJ, and I have my own way of doing things. Hey guys, how many of you have eaten an ice cream cone like this, where you bite off the bottom and you let it kind of drip and drizzle? I've done it a few times. Next. I sleep with my pajamas inside out every Friday night. I put both my shoes on first and then I tie them. I eat ice cream cones from the bottom up, even though it's messy. And I always save my math homework for last because I don't like doing math at all. Last week, my teacher called my mom and told her I have a hard time staying on task, especially during math time. She also told her that I have 7 math papers that I haven't handed in. RJ, where are your math assignments? My mom asked me. Oh, they're in my desk at school, I said. Why didn't you hand them in? Well, I sorta kinda didn't quite get them all the way finished. I don't like math, and it's really hard on me. When my answer is 6, the right answer's 3. I'd much rather do anything other than math. I'd rather eat parsnips or even take a bath. Besides, it's hard for me to concentrate on math when Norma, the booger picker, is sitting right next to me. I never know when she'll decide to pick and flick, and she sometimes even eats them. RJ, just because you don't like doing math doesn't make it go away. Math is very important in life, and you will need to know how to do it the right way. Do you ever ask your teacher for help? No, it's just easier to do it my way. Besides, I don't want her to know I don't get it. Well, RJ, I think she already knows. Last week in math, I asked Sam to help me, but he got 10 when the answer was 3. Then my teacher got mad because we talked during math, so she moved Sam away to the back of the class. RJ, you need to ask your teacher for help when you don't understand something. I tried asking her once, but we were taking a test, so she said, RJ, sit down and just try your best. Another time I asked her when I didn't have a clue, and she said, RJ, you're interrupting. Please wait until I'm through. When my teacher finished talking, math time was over, so I never got the chance to ask or show her. Could you have stayed in from recess and asked her how to do it? I can't miss recess for math. You can't or you won't, my mom asked. Both, I answered. The next morning, my mom took me to school early so we could look for my missing assignments in my desk. It took us a while, but we found them, along with a few other papers that were sorta not quite all the way finished. RJ, Mom said, this is ridiculous. You should always ask your teacher for help when you don't understand something. You just need to figure out when to ask. When you ask for help, this is what you should do. Look right at the person who you're trying to get their attention. Ask, is now a good time you can help me? Then clearly explain what you need and remember to say, thanks for helping me. As soon as I got home from my school, my mom looked at me and said, RJ, life as you know it is going to change. And it did. My mom gave me 20 minutes to eat my snack and have free time. Usually I get at least an hour. Then she sat with me at the kitchen table, and together we worked on my halfway done assignments until they were all the way done. I had to sit there for like 46 years. Before I went to bed that night, my dad came into my room and talked with me. RJ, Mom said you had to sit at the kitchen table for 46 years tonight, getting your missing assignments done. You need to do a better job at staying on task so you can finish your work and turn it in on time. That's exactly what my teacher says. Well, RJ, when you start your assignment, you need to try harder to stay on task so you will get farther. If you keep working until you're through, you'll just be amazed at what you can do. But I don't like to do it that way, I said. I like to do it my way, so I don't have to do the same thing over and over and over again for such a long, long, long time. Well, son, your way isn't working out very well. Besides, if you stay on task, the over and over part really doesn't take that long. But, Dad, it's hard to think about math when Norma I know, RJ. Mom told me. And sometimes during math, Rodney tries to burp the alphabet. And then everybody laughs, and then RJ, when I mow the lawn, I get it all done. I don't stop in the middle, even though it's not fun. I work really hard to finish my task, because if I quit too soon, we will have crooked grass. Your way works okay for a kid who is little, but you're big now. RJ, it's time to stop in the middle, even if Norma is picking her nose or if Rodney is trying to burp the alphabet. The next day, I went to school and handed in all of my missing assignments. About 46 years worth. My teacher was so proud of me that she did the happy dance. RJ, she said, I bet it feels great to be all caught up. Now we need to figure out a way to help you stay caught up. First of all, I want you to know that you can always ask me for help if you need it. If I can't help you right when you ask, I'll make sure to find another time that works for both of us. Now, you need to do a better job of staying on task so you can finish your work and turn it in on time. That's exactly what my dad said. But I just don't like doing the same thing over and over and over for a long, long, long time. I like it just my way. Besides, Norma always... I know, RJ, but your way is just not working. When you need to stay on task, you should 1. Take a good look at what you must do. 2. Focus on each step and just think it through. 3. Don't let others interrupt you or pull you away. And 4. Keep working on and on the task. You will stay. RJ, if you stay on task, the over and over part will not take you as long. I think from now on, when it's time for you to work on your math, let's go to the back of the room and sit at the verb villa. You'll have a little bit more space to wiggle while you're working, and the other kids won't distract you as much. So, today in math, I tried doing things a different way. I listened as closely as I could when my teacher explained the assignment. I understood just about all of it except for one little part. So I went up to her after. I waited for the perfect time and then I asked her for help to help me. I remembered to say thank you, just like my mom said. Then I went back to the back of the room and did my math in the verb villa. I got it all done, and I even understood it. And the best part of it is, I don't have to worry about Norma's picking or Rodney's burping. I looked at my teacher and thought, wow, could it be? Now this is a teacher who really gets me. She's willing to help me when I ask, and she's willing to go out of her way to keep me on task. A new way of doing things is just what I need, and with the back of the room's help, I am sure to succeed. It feels great to be caught up and not be behind. Now, my over and over won't take too much time. And hopefully, I won't have to spend another 46-year night at the kitchen table.
All right. So we have taken a look at this text. Now, let's go ahead and get ready to retell it, okay? This is familiar to us. Let's do this together. I am going to be writing, so are you, or typing rather. So please be ready. All righty, somebody, who are the characters and where are they? Who are the characters? Where are they? Terrence.
The characters are RJ, his dad, his mom, and the teacher and the kids.
Listen to that complete sentence. The characters are, I love it. The characters are RJ, his dad, his mom, the teacher, and students. Wonderful. Second part of that question, where are they? Where are these people? Two settings. Levin?
School and home.
Where?
School.
Yes, they are at home and school. Wonderful. So the characters are RJ, his dad, his mom, and students. They are mostly at home and school. Okay. So we have the location of these people and their names. Here it comes in the chat. Y'all are so bossy with the chat. Good Lord. All right. Characters are RJ, his dad, his mom, the teachers and students. They are at home and school. Wanted. Now, for this, I'd like for us to focus on RJ, okay? RJ wanted something. Also, his teacher wanted something. Also, his parents wanted something, but it all is centered around RJ. So, wanted. What does RJ want to do in the text called, hint, hint, I just want to do it my way? Oh. Aiden G, what does RJ want?
RJ wants to do it his way.
RJ wants to do things his way. And again, listen to that full, complete sentence that he had for us. That is correct. RJ wants to do things his way. No matter what those things are, he wants to do it his way. If it's eating an ice cream cone, his way. If it's doing his math homework, his way. If it's getting his chores done, his way. Wants to do it his way. But what went wrong with this? RJ wants to do things his way, but what is the problem? What went wrong here? What went wrong with this issue? Tim, what went wrong with RJ's way?
His way was not working.
He didn't get his work done. So RJ wanted to do things his way, but He didn't get his work done. Okay, so he wasn't being responsible his way. His homework wasn't done. His projects weren't done. His desk wasn't clean when it was supposed to be. Okay, so he wasn't getting things done that he was supposed to get done. RJ wants to do things his way, but he didn't get his work done. So, how do the characters solve this problem or respond? What's the response to this problem that we see? Leah, how do the characters solve the problem or respond?
That he sat at the kitchen table for hours and he went to the verb villa so he can focus more.
How many hours
Perfect.
though?
There were two different responses here. One of the problems was fixed at home. One of the problems was fixed at school. Wonderful. So his parents made him do all his makeup work at home, and he got to move in the back of the room to focus at school. Ooh, that's a long one. But this was a long story, so that makes sense. His parents made him do all of his makeup work at home, and he got to move in the back of the room to focus at school. Okay. Then, how does the story end? RJ wants to do things his way, but he didn't get his work done. So his parents made him do all his work at home, and he got to move to the back of the room to focus at school. Then, what's going on with the end of the story? Bella, what happened at the end? I can show it to you here again. This is the end of our story, Bella. What happened at the end of the story?
He got his work done.
He did. Sorry, Bella, that was Terrence. Terrence, I really need you to stop. You're not being called on, and it's not respectful to people who are getting their turn. Bella, how did the story end?
I can't really read, it's too small.
Okay, I am happy to read it for you, and then you tell me the end in your own words. So he comes to school, he turns in his work. I understood just about all of it except for one little part. So when I went up to her after, I waited for the perfect time and then asked her to help me. I remembered to tell her thank you, just like my mom said. Then I went to the back of the room and did my math in the verb villa, and I got all of it all the way done. And I even understood it. And the best part of all is I didn't have to worry about Norma's picking or Rodney's burping. I looked at my teacher and thought, wow, could it be? This is a teacher who really gets me. She's willing to help me each time that I ask, and she'll go out of her way to help keep me on task. A new way of doing things is just what I need, and with the Verb Villa's help, I'm here to succeed. It feels great to be caught up and not be behind. Now my over and over won't take so much time. So what happened at the end of the story with RJ's life?
think RJ realizes that work isn't that hard.
Awesome. Yeah. RJ realizes when he can focus and do what he's supposed to, it's not as hard as he thought. It's just a matter of getting it done. Thank you, Bella. Wonderful. So then RJ realizes when he focuses, his work isn't that hard, as Bella said. RJ realizes when he focuses, his work isn't that hard. And here it comes in the chat. All right, so we have our retelling. Therefore, I'm going to send you into a breakout room to discuss this. What does the author want you to learn? Okay, what does the author want you to learn from RJ's story here? I'm going to give you about 2 minutes to discuss. It's going to be very, very, very quick. Okay, 2 minutes to discuss the theme. What does the author want you to learn? So what themes did you guys come up with? What does the author want you to learn? Ideas. What did we talk about? William, what does the author want you to learn?
I think the author wants us to learn to work hard and play hard.
Nice. Author wants me to learn work hard to play hard. We got to work hard first and then the play can come. RJ was confused. RJ wanted to do all play and no work. And he had to learn that's not how it worked. Okay? What else? What is another theme? Remember, text can have multiple themes. 8 and G, what's another possible theme?
So this is what my partner came up with. Focus on your stuff so you do not have to do it later.
Awesome. Focus. I'm going to change that word stuff to responsibilities. Focus on your responsibilities to get them done the first time. Right? They don't go away. That's one of the things I always tell kids in my class. This work is not going to go away. Whether you do it or not, it is still there. It is still an expectation. So we might as well get it done the first time. Terrence, what other theme might we learn from this text?
Don't always do things your way.
Right. I think the author wants me to learn we can't always do things our own way. Sometimes our way isn't the best way. Sometimes our way doesn't work, especially when we're learning something new for the first time, right? We might think we have it figured out and then find out, oof, that didn't go well at all. Okay. Alrighty, you can choose a theme. Perhaps you had a different theme with your partner, and that is fine as long as you can connect it back to the plot of the text. Okay. Right now, we're getting ready to go into the partner section. The partner work section is going to be about this text. Teamwork isn't my thing, and I don't like to share. Teamwork isn't my thing, and I don't like to share. You're going to do the same thing with your partner that we just did together. When this book is over, you are going to do the swist, somebody wanted but so then, and you are going to come up with a theme for this text. Okay? So let me get it pulled up. And again, it's a little bit longer, so enjoy it. Sit back, get comfy, and think about the theme and the plot. Not monster math. That's not what we're thinking about. There we go.
We can't hear it.
Thank you. There we go.
Shauna, and today we will be reading the book, Teamwork Isn't My Thing and I Don't Like to Share. So why don't you come and enjoy this book with me? My name is RJ. People say that I need to be more of a team player and learn how to share. The truth is, I already am a team player. I play on the soccer team and we have at least 2 games a week. As far as sharing goes, it's just not my favorite thing to do. My teacher wants everyone in our class to work as a team. She said that team stands for together everyone achieves more. Actually, I think it stands for together everybody acts mean. A few days ago, she broke us up into teams of 4 and assigned each a group project. My team's project was to do research on mummies, make a poster, and give a presentation to our class. I got stuck with bossy Bernice, who thinks she knows everything, Frankie, the new kid, who still scribbles, and Norma, she picks her nose, and then she eats it. We made a plan to use toilet paper to wrap one of us up like a mummy. Everyone wanted to be the mummy, even me. Bernice yelled at us because nobody would do what she said. Frankie cried when we wouldn't let him make the poster, and Norma picked her nose the whole time, and then she called the rest of us names. I don't want to be on a team, I said to my teacher. I just want to work by myself. RJ, she said, when you work well with others, you can get so much more done. Besides, you need to learn to share responsibilities. I don't like to share it either, I thought to myself. Yesterday, when I got home from school, I headed straight for the cookie jar. The jar had only one cookie in it. I grabbed the cookie and was about to take a bite when I heard my mom say, RJ, please share that last cookie with your sister. Break it in half. I broke the cookie, but not in half. My half was bigger. RJ, since you got to break the cookie, you should let Blanche choose the half she wants. Yeah, if I broke the cookie, RJ, I would give you first choice, and I would have left you with the small piece. Be happy. That's the one you ended up with. RJ, my mom said, that's not how sharing works. My mom made me give Blanche part of my half. She ended up getting more cookie than I did. That night after soccer practice, I told my coach about my terrible week. I hate to be in a group and work as a team. The kids get all mad and act really mean. I'd rather just do the work myself. I really don't feel like I need any help. And then I get home and my mom tells me to share the very last cookie because the cookie jar is bare. She gets all mad because I don't do it right. And I end up with half that has 3 less bites. RJ, my coach said, your teacher is right. Together, everyone does achieve more. And he showed me these things to do. Whenever you need to work as a team, figure out what it is that you need to complete. Have each person say what they're willing to do. Then each does their job until you're all through. RJ, could you be on the soccer team all by yourself and win any games? No, that would be impossible, I said. Well, your school project is just like a soccer game, and the kids in your group are just like your teammates. Each person on this team has skills. For example, Sam is one of the best goalies in the league, but could he play forward? No, I said, he's slow as a snail. No one can be good at everything, but everyone can be good at something. The best part about working together is that each person can use his strength to help the team. RJ, you are a great team member on the soccer field. Now do the same thing in your classroom. With everyone helping, you'll finish faster, and each of you won't have to work as hard. As far as sharing is concerned, you'll find that your life will be much better if you share. People who are good at sharing end up being happier than those who don't. And when you share, others will want to share with you. When you see something that needs to be shared, let others go first. You need to be fair. Be kind and be patient, then ask for a turn. When you're finished, give it back. Sharing's easy to learn. RJ, you are great at sharing the ball on the field with your teammates. Now do the same off the field. Besides, not only can you share the good stuff, you can also share the work, like when you have to do a class project about mummies. As I walked home from soccer practice, I thought about everything my coach had told me. What he said really did make sense. The next morning at breakfast, I poured myself a bowl of T-Rex Tasty and emptied the box. Hey, said Blanche, I want some too. I felt like saying, no, I had them first, but instead I poured part of them into her bowl. My pour wasn't even, and she ended up getting more than me. She gave me her bowl and said, "Thanks for sharing, RJ. Here, you can have the big one." The next day at school, when my group worked on the mommy project, I told them what my coach had said about the teamwork. We all decided to start over. Everyone picked a job that they could do well. Bernice made a list of what all of us were doing, and we let her be the supervisor. She gave us each a topic of research. We all collected information and then shared what we had learned with the group. I wrote out the poster lightly in pencil and Frankie traced over it. My letters in markers so that he didn't scribble. We decided to let Norma be the mommy. Maybe if we wrap her entire body up with tissue, she'll figure out how to blow her nose with it. Sometimes I still like to work by myself, but working with others can bring lots of help. When we all work together, we get so much more done. And not only that, we have a whole lot more fun. Share is not easy. Sometimes it's hard, but it makes me a better friend and will help me go far. Share with others will show them I care. My life's gotten better now that I share. Scholars, thank you for sharing this great book with me. I'll see you later.
All right. You are getting ready to go back into your breakout room and complete slide 4. On slide 4, you are going to do a retelling of Teamwork Isn't My Thing and I Don't Like to Share. Somebody wanted, but so then, and therefore, okay? I'm going to give you guys 10 minutes to get this section done, okay? All righty, here you go. Okay, you today are going to use those 2 notes pages that we took, one together, one with your partner just now, and you are going to compare and contrast the text that we read. I just want to do it my way, and Teamwork Isn't My Thing, and I Don't Like to Share. As you are finding what is the same and what is different about the text, you are going to be focusing on the plot, the characters, the themes, and the settings. Remember, in 3rd grade, we are moving past noticing things that we can see with our eyes. RJ has black hair in both stories is not about plot, characters, themes, and settings. Okay, what are some events that happen in the text? What are some things you can learn from the text? We're moving on to that 3rd grade level. On slide 6, you will record 3 differences for text 1, which is I just want to do it my way. 3 differences for text 2, Teamwork Isn't My Thing and I Don't Like to Share. What is only true for that text? Then you will record 2 similarities between both texts. What is something that is true for both texts? Okay, so you have a total of 8 things to write here. On slide 7, as always, you will use the typing tool or the microphone to use vocabulary words to explain how you know you were successful with comparing and contrasting themes between similar texts. All right, y'all, that's it. Bye.